So let's help people make smart investing decisions, not be scared to make investing decisions, but do that with confidence. Welcome to the big show. This is Investing with Confidence. I am your host, Joshua David, and we are happy to have you with us today. Once again, as always, I should say, I have my good friend and good pal, the Stockmaster, Mr. Al Connickson. Al, how the heck are you doing today?
You know what? I am doing pretty well today, Josh. How about you?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. Another fantastic week in the stock market. More big drops, and that's what we're going to talk about here today. How the stock market is showing some big drops in these markets, which is showing great opportunities. But I want to make sure our listeners are aware. We have started a little downtrend in the stock market, even though we're seeing some nice moves back, especially starting out on Wednesday morning.
Right.
But Tuesday, huge drop, scaring investors. And I think a lot of investors are really confused right now. Everybody's saying, oh, we just buy the dip. Well, is this going to continue? Who knows? And that's a lot of things that we're going to talk about here today on Investing with Confidence, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. And Online Trading Academy has been teaching skills and techniques for novice or average investors on how to use the market for income potential on their 25th year, a quarter of a century. You don't see that very often, Al. And what they do is they have a proprietary platform that guides you through your investment decisions, but also having a strategic strategy step by step to make smart investing decisions. And a lot of people, I think, Al, right now are scared to make decisions in their financial accounts, whether it's 401ks, regular trading accounts, but people want to be safe. They want to be safe financially, but their thought process is sometimes backwards. So let's help people make smart investing decisions, not be scared to make investing decisions, but do that with confidence. What are some of the catalysts in this market showing big drops? I know we got a lot of news happening.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Right. Well, there are a lot of things going on, and what has really driven this market over the last many, many years has been the liquidity that the Fed has been pumping into the market. Lower interest rates, trillions of dollars being pumped into the market. And right now there's a concern. We saw interest rates go up, not caused by the Fed, but the market's doing that itself in the bond market. The bond, we had a huge bubble in the bond market. Well, there's been a little bit of downward pressure on the prices of bonds, which has caused interest rates to go up.
Yeah, well, that 10-year yield, I mean, as of this week, it hit, almost 1.56.
Yeah. So the interest rates have been creeping up without the Fed intervention. And then also people are concerned about the Fed, the central banks, pulling the liquidity out of the market, or not pulling it out necessarily as much as not putting more in. In 2020, the central banks dumped about $3.1 trillion of liquidity into the markets. The second half of this year, they're looking at maybe only $100 million. So that's coming down significantly. People are concerned, and we see little bits of headlines here and there, little bits of information that are causing these markets to react significantly. That's the emotional component. And that's what happens when you have a lot of people in the market that don't really understand the markets and don't know how to take advantage of different things. They react emotionally, which is one of the things that is detrimental to your success. One of the things that our students know how to control using that core strategy, our proprietary strategy that you mentioned, which is designed to control your emotions.
Talk a little bit about that, because you need a strategy, and our listeners are probably looking for a strategy or investment strategy for smarter decisions, but they want to be safe in their financial decisions. So how do you help people become confident and comfortable? I mean, you need a rules-based strategy. Talk a little bit about not necessarily some of the steps, but what are some of the characteristics I say we're looking for at Online Trading Academy?
In our students?
Yeah.
Well, we're looking for someone, first of all, who's coachable, because you probably don't know as much about how the markets function as you think you do. A lot of people they have no experience. They don't know anything about these markets. There are some people that didn't even know a stock market existed. And being coachable is a huge component of what we do. We may be teaching you to do something that is different than what you have been taught. We're going to teach you how to not rely on your opinions and your brain to make decisions, because they will make decisions based on the emotions we have as human beings.
So you have to be willing to learn. What's another one?
Yeah, well, another one is being disciplined because you mentioned rules. There's a rules-based strategy. Our core strategy, it follows a set of rules, a step-by-step process that gets you from starting to look at a potential investment, following these steps, the result of which should be the strategy telling you, yeah, this is a good trade. This is what you want to be invested in. This is a quality trade, or it's not. It's something that you should stay away from. And a quality trade for us is a trade that has limited risk, and that's really the most important thing, is understanding how to do that. But limited risk with high profit potential and a high probability of succeeding.
So you have to follow those rules. You have the rules are essentially given to you.
Right.
All you have to do is follow them. That actually seems simple, right? So what's another one?
Well, actually, another one is being decisive, because we see how quickly these markets move. You have to be able to make decisions quickly, or you're going to miss out on a good potential part of the profit that could be there. You do that by developing confidence. Once you have reached that point where you have confidence in the strategy that you're using and you see how it can benefit you, then it becomes easier to be decisive. So initially, being decisive is a little bit hard for people. Making decisions on something that you have very little experience in, that's why it's so important to have somebody there that can kind of guide you through that. And that's what we do. A big part of the success of our students is based on the coaching part, the mentoring, and the guidance that we provide through professional instructors or through people that work in our center that are here to, our total goal is to make sure that you have what you need, you have the tools, the resources, and the help that you need to develop that level of confidence.
Yeah, and I think the fact of the matter is, I mean, we're seeing some big drops in the market, which is kind of freaking out some investors. We had some people in here very concerned about their accounts, and they're like, you know what? I've been sitting around doing nothing, and I need to take some action. I need to take some action in my accounts, in my financial future. But you have to follow those footsteps of those big institutions, and that's what Al is talking about with the strategy, is following the big money. They move the market, right? But also, you need that rules-based strategy. So if you're willing to learn, I mean, it's a couple simple things here. If you're willing to learn, which I'm assuming if you're listening to the show right now, you want to learn something about the financial markets.
Sure.
You are disciplined, which most people are. If you can follow a rule, I mean, we get a lot of engineers that love this strategy because it's just following step by step. But all you have to do is be decisive. You have to be able to pick that, take that trade when it's there. Click that button, and that's really what it takes, is actually following a strategy, rules-based strategy, and then clicking the mouse button for a buy or a sell. And that's what we teach at Online Trading Academy, our sponsor.